For the latest top tips, reviews and advice, please subscribe below.
Hello and welcome to Attwoolls Camping and Leisure with me, Mike. Today I'm giving you guys a review on a nice product from Kampa. This here is the Kampa Motor Ace Air 400. So the Ace Air 400 comes in different sort of heights to fit your motorhomes. It's a motorhome awning rather than the caravan awning. So if you want basically the ability to have a caravan-like style awning for your motorhome, but it's a fixed awning, i.e. you can't drive away from it, look no further. It's a really nice thing. All you require really is just over 4 meters on your wind out awning rail. So you bear in mind you've got a little tab, so probably if you go about 4 meters 10 is what you're going to need. Really nice awning. It's one that's been in the collection now for a number of years, and you can certainly see why. It gives you a beautiful, big, nice 3 meter depth by 4 meters wide, and actually in terms of other generic sort of driveway awnings, you haven't got an awful lot of usable room, but this fixed awning, it really does the business. Enjoys yet again the fact that actually it's inflatable, so it's very quick and easy to put up, and you can check out our own pitching and packing video that Attwoolls do to show you how simple and easy it really is. And that's myself doing it on my own, so that just is proof in the pudding. It's basically based on their best-selling caravan awning model, which is the Ace Air 400. So it's a motor version, so it's basically got the 6mm cater and a 4mm cater on there. Basically the 6mm to go into a normal sea rail, a 4mm to go into a winder awning, so it's compatible for both. So providing you've got like a sort of an XL caravan, certainly you get most of the time in Europe, this awning could actually work for yours as well. Comes in various different sizes, so the starting point is they do a new standard size, so an S, which is basically from 235 up to 250, which is a new size they introduced this year for 2018. But you've still got the very much most popular L model, which is 250 to 265, and that fits majority of motorhomes. It then goes 265 to 280, 280 to 295. So you've got XL and then XXL. Majority, like I said, would mostly be an L model, so a 250, 265, with the odd ones probably going down into the S standard size. Really good model, 1 point inflation, so you've got 1 point right in the middle here, which pumps up the whole awning, and basically the air is distributed through little valves on the inside. I'll show you in just 1 second, but you've got loads of basically external points to let the air out. So you can just quietly twist those all open and the air is very easy to come out. You do get basically a stirrup pump supplied with it to pump it up, and you can actually look at buying a breeze, sort of a gale pump actually, Kampa gale pump, which is a 12-volt pump, which again will actually get to a firmer pressure, but it might take a little bit longer to put up, so you sort of have the choice there. All the main panels can actually be removed, so if you want to take the weight out of the awning when you're trying to feed it onto your winder awning, that's a really good option to go for, but you still get plenty of light. Obviously you've got the panels at the top as well. You've got a gradual sloping from front to back, which gives you a good sort of depth as well as good sort of height inside. And with Kampa's sort of unique pegging system, which basically it's this point here which pulls the base out and does the guide at the same time, it obviously takes you not but a moment to put the whole thing up. I think actually thinking about it on my pitching video, it took me all about, I think it was about 10 minutes, probably actually less than that once it was on the vehicle itself. Really nice model, but let's talk about a few more features about this particular item on the inside. So now inside the Motor Ace, you can kind of get a bit more feel for actually the sheer amount of room you do have in here. Like I said, with that extra sort of 4 meters width and the 3 meters depth, you've got tons of room, especially it feels, it's an extra area you can chill out on a nice evening outside the motorhome without being bothered too much. Like I said, the panels at the front can be completely removed as well as the side panels to take the weight out of it when you're feeding through the rail. But that's also a benefit, so on a nice warm day, if you're sort of in the south of France or in Spain or even in the UK if you get a nice day, God forbid, you can take all the panels out and use this kind of like a gazebo rather than your winder awning, because it's a lot more structurally stable than your gazebo. You've got the beams, which you can see here, which are a nice sort of thickness as well. And like I said, you can quite clearly see now the way it all links up together. So these pipeworks disperse the air through the valves. So the idea is when you have it, you're pumping it up, you have all the valves open. Once it's physically up, just quite simply turn the valves, lock them off, and then each individual beam is then on its own. So the joys of this means that if you did, for any God forbid reason, have a leak or an issue with one of these beams, it's just isolated at one point, not the whole awning is going to go down. And it's actually very simple and easy to repair. All you do is take it out, get to the bladder, put like a patch repair kit, which is included, put it back in, zip it up, you're good to go. And I said, if need be, spare beams can easily get hold of from Kampa themselves. You've got beautiful crystal clear PVC windows, and you've also got curtains to get privacy when you want to. And yet again, the joys of this is that you've got a little tab there which keeps it so. You can pull it across and then tuck it behind this little strap, which just keeps it nice and tight to the panel itself. Main reason we sort of talk about this is basically because it gives you your privacy, but the skylights up here allow a light still to come in. So you haven't got to sort of have one or the other. You can have both in the same way. And yet again, you've got a nice little button clip retainer, which just goes like so, just to keep it all at bay. Down the bottom is a Velcro part, which is basically allows the door to be Velcroed in place and kept where it needs to be. And also you will notice there are some things like toggles and stuff like that scattered around the motorhome awning. The reason being is the black ones are for an inner bedroom, so you want to put an inner bedroom sleeping someone inside of this, you can do. And then the white ones are for roof liners, which can help with condensation, make the internal temperature a lot cooler. You can actually look at buying a mesh panel. So when I said you can remove this door, you can remove the door and put a mesh panel in its place. So that's one thing you can look at doing if need be. If you are looking to sleep somewhere, I personally go on the lines of Annexes. You can buy an annex to go in either of the side of the awning, and you can either go for a normal annex, a tall annex, or if you wanted to make it bigger for any reason, not sure why you would, you can actually buy a new conservatory. So they're all new models, and you can check out the review videos that we do here at Attwoolls for those. Attaching it is quite simple, and like I said, with a double-sided cater, you can choose where you want to go to. It may be worth looking at an optional extra called packing pads, which again we've got a separate video on as well, which when you have it, obviously the Fiamma awning or Omnis awning, whatever brand it may be, sticks out from the side of the motorhome. So the problem is when the beams have to rest against something, they're just basically suspended mid-air. So packing pads goes behind the beams there to push it out and helps to keep this all nice and taut and get the roof looking absolutely pucker. So that's one extra that we'll definitely look at. With the Motor Rally, one thing you do get is rear back poles to push basically the foam pad at the back here nice and tight against against your motorhome really. And yet again, you can look at buying extra things like limpets to really help that seal. One thing you don't get included is a draught skirt. So you need to basically, because not all motorhomes will have some sort of awning rail on the bottom to feed a draught skirt in. So a lot of what we sell normally here at Attwoolls is a draught skirt and use the limpet fixing kits to attach it onto the vehicle. And if need be, check out our limpet video on how that all works to kind of give you a better idea and understanding of it. If you basically have your door too near to one of the side panels and you want to, it's a bit annoying that you have a door here and then a window here, this panel can actually be interchanged with the panel on the opposite side, so that way it sort of flips it round. So you'd have the window panel at the back and a door on the side. You've got a door on the side and there's a mesh part in the door as well, so it's almost like a separate door. So if you wanted to, you could actually obviously have good circulation without having sort of bugs and critters coming in the awning itself. There are a range of obviously cushioned carpets as well as easy tread carpets. All of that, you can check out our camping accessory video for camper awnings, and it talks about all the other extras you can look at putting on the particular model. But it's a model that's been around for a little while now, and it's been very, very popular, and clearly you can see why. One thing I would say with definitely caution is when you are looking at putting something like this, a fixed awning onto your motorhome, you need to be careful with obviously the width, the height, and also need to double check other things like lighting or where your doors fall. I would probably recommend getting in contact with us just to make sure that it works as you want it to before buying anything, because I have had issues where the awning rail, the wind-up awning height in comparison to where door is, there's not enough span to put anything underneath it. So send us some photos on our camping at attwoolls.co.uk email address, and we can always respond to you and make sure that you get the right product at the end of the day. Alternatively, bring your vehicle in, probably even easier, and we can measure it for you there and then and go through the options that might actually work. So if it's not this lovely model that might work for you, we might have something else in a fixed awning that will. Really impressive model, plenty of talking points. So I said, if you need more further help, contact us at Attwoolls, the awning experts, and we'll give you a hand. But that is the Motor Rally Ace 400 and Al XL S.